So just to give you an idea of the area that I'm in over here, there's a river down just below over here. You can see it flowing down over there. It's quite full now with the water at the moment, and I'm following an a forestry track over here, but you'll see next to the road there's these slabs of sandstone that are covered by material, and I suspect it was part of an old road system from a long time ago. You can see it stretches right back to there to where the pine trees are, and if you look underneath you can see the layers of stone and stuff packed underneath here. It's not a natural outcropping of rock this, it's been packed like this. You can see the way it's been packed. So I believe this is part of an old road system, and it goes in two ways. The one direction it leads down over there, and I've followed it, and I'll show you one day where it goes, and the other direction it goes over here. I'm going to follow this direction today across the river valley into the pine forest. I guess by the looks of these rocks over here, I'm still on the contour of that yellow brick road, if I can call it that, running along through here, and where the vegetation isn't growing is where the rock is close to the surface, so I'll follow that. So just because I've got shorts on, I'm not going to follow the yellow brick road along the side of the river there in the bush, but you can see the flat rock layers here actually that they've just actually opened up to make a road at one stage, and I'm going to follow the river up from here, following the yellow brick road, but I'm going to walk in the riverbed. It's just a lot easier than trying to actually walk up through the thick vegetation. There's a lot of brambleberries. The brambleberries tend to cut your legs. And yeah, it's a really beautiful area out here. Really, I think geologically incredibly interesting and diverse. You can see here is what I'm talking about, how you've got these layers of rock and then a flattened layer on top, which would fit in with the riverbed here. So it's not to say that it's man-made, but possibly that man cleared it at one stage, filled in some gaps and made a road, but they didn't make a road that went nowhere. I mean, there's a song, On the Road to Nowhere, but I believe this is a yellow brick road, and if I follow the yellow brick road I'll find Dorothy at the end. So yeah, I think I'm going to go look for Dorothy. Just to give you an idea of the terrain that I'm traveling through, you can see I followed this river up quite a bit over here. It comes down from this area here, and as I get up higher it's leading me into areas that I've explored before and I've been to before, and I know where this road leads to, actually, quite honestly. And yeah, it does lead somewhere, so roads lead somewhere. And the fact that this place actually leads to an area that has old stone houses and potentially an old castle would show that this road actually did lead somewhere at one stage. And one day when I've got lots of energy, I'll take an adventure out to that side of the world. But just to give you an idea of what this place is like out here, I'm just filming this for you to see the surrounding beauty as I explore. And so this is the island between the two forks of the river. And it's actually quite large. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Filled with bracken fern in the middle here, but then a whole bit of small trees and stuff growing around here. I reckon the small trees are probably 20 or 30 years old, not much older than that. So this has grown up fairly recently. But just interesting to see how the river splits in two. It's got a very sharp bend at the bottom up overhead there where the pine trees are, so it forces it back to join up again. And it's just interesting for me to see why this river has got a split in it. Had to come and explore the little island over here, but nothing really groundbreaking, but yeah, just really a beautiful, stunning area, very rich in plant life and bird life. This is where the walk has led me out to. If you follow the contour, you come out to the river over here at this particular spot, and all I can say is it's really beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. The way the river is shaped here, it's got little pools running down from a slope, almost like a canal with little pools for irrigation canals. You can see on the side of this one over here there's a hollow going underneath the rock over there, half filled with water, and it's probably an old mine shaft that runs in underneath there. I'll see if I can get a bit of a zoom in on that there. Yeah, you can see there's an old mine shaft that runs in underneath that rock over there, and obviously not very deep because the water's not flowing through it. So it's just filled up and it's backing out again. But anyway, just a very beautiful area. Lovely old tree ferns and the beautiful indigenous forest here. The river splits in two here. The one runs up that valley over there where the hill is over there, and the other piece, the main part of the river, runs straight up over here. So this is a continuation of those slabs. You can see in the background over there, there's one over there, there's another one lying on the ground. They're flattened out. We've got one sitting just over here, and then of course this big slab that I'm standing on as well over here. running across over here, going that way, and running off, and where you can see the dead tree in the distance over there, there's more slabs running straight along on this contour. So it's almost like this is a contour of level rock that runs through the area here. And to me, I would say this was possibly an old road that has been undermined over time as people have mined the area, and floods have come and washed away the underlying material of this road. And that's why you have these slabs at different levels. You can see over here, you can see there's the one slab over there. Here's a lower slab here, but you can see it's tilted at an angle. It's almost like it was joined together, and the other one over there that's broken up. It's almost like it was joined in a continuous road. You can see here's the other slab lying over here that's been undermined and washed away. But the interesting thing about these big slabs is there's no sandstone around here. So there is on the other side of the river, and quite far away you'll pick up sandstone, but there's no real sandstone here as such. And I just find it interesting to see these slabs suddenly popping up all over here, and almost like they were laid on top of a structure here. You see the different levels, the different layers that this was built up on. Now it could be completely natural, but it's just such a unusual natural sighting that I find it quite interesting. And to me, I would say that this was a old trade route. And there's a couple of reasons why I say that. One is I followed this path to its conclusion, and it has some interesting places that you end up at. Now, in my opinion, I would look there and say there's a slab of sandstone, and underneath here is laid possibly geopolymer layers that this was laid on top of, like a sub base to almost support the sandstone cap. You can see here again, but I mean, it could be natural. It just seems very unlikely for it to be natural like this. This then runs around here, and if you follow the contour, you can see it kind of takes a turn, a bend back there, and it runs along. There's a very big dam on the river over there, and I believe this area here was all agricultural at one stage, that they were farming the area here before they planted trees here. But anyway, it's just interesting to see this. It looks definitely to me like there was some sort of a road running through here. Now, whether it was a natural structure that the people went along and leveled out the top of the road to make it usable, or maybe it was just leveled like this initially, you know, but you get an idea of how flat these rocks are on top. It's almost like a road running along the contour of the river. You can see it runs along there, and in places the road completely disappears, but the stones have been used in building material to build up the road that now exists, and also some of the old houses that we'll come across in the forest here. So you draw your own conclusions. Is it natural, or was this made by a very old civilization?